Welcome to today's practice. We're going to be doing some twists today. This is going to be a somatic practice, so we're going to focus on keeping our awareness inside of our body, really tapping into our being, all of this energy that's inside of us, and allowing it to flow a little more easily through our body. The twist should feel really good in your spine. As always, let's go ahead and leave the judgment outside of this practice. There's no right or wrong way to do anything. This is truly just some time for you to be with yourself, to keep the blood flowing in your body, to keep the oxygen going into all of the muscles, and to keep your body feeling alive and expansive and full of energy and power. So let's go ahead. We're going to start real gentle here. I'm going to come into a crisscross position. And we're just going to real gently start to loosen up the spine. So what I'm going to do once I find this seated, grounded position, I'm going to go ahead, bring my opposite hand to my knee, and gently just rotate around, letting my gaze follow. I'll take a moment, come back to center. Let's go ahead and connect our breath here. Exhale as we look behind us. And let's take this movement, let's take this time to start to bring our awareness to our breath, bring our awareness inside of our body. Can you connect a little further with your spine? Feeling it expand just 1% here. Nice. When you're ready, we'll go ahead, come back to center. We're going to extend our legs out. Nothing too crazy here, just something comfortable. What we're going to do is reach towards our opposite foot. As we exhale, back center. Opposite foot. As we exhale, back center. As always, just flow at your own pace. This does not need to be fast. We are not looking for too much depth here. We just want to find a nice flow, okay? So whenever you're ready, find your starting position, connect to your breath. Exhale, we'll go ahead and reach. Inhale, come center. Check in with your neck, with your shoulders. Is there any tension there, or are they just following along? As you tap into the present, as you tap into your body, start getting things opening up, moving around. You might have some sensations arise, maybe some emotions. I encourage you to just lean into it. Whatever is coming up is wanting to come up, to be felt and to be moved through. A few more here. Last one each side at your own pace. Awesome. We'll go ahead, come center. I like to shake out my hips, feel that energy moving through me. We're slowly starting to open things up. All right, we're going to bring the soles of our feet on the ground. What we're going to do is rotate one knee in towards the floor. The other knee is going to go away from our body. We'll come back to center. My feet aren't shifting around too much here, but play around with what's comfortable for you. I am keeping my hips on the floor for the most part. What I mean by that is I'm not lifting up here. So we're finding some rotation in the hips. Real slight awareness of our core being activated, nothing too crazy. And just breathing here. If you're finding any tightness, any discomfort, just breathe into it. I invite you to explore that area. There's no need to judge it. Everything is welcome here. This is just time to play. We'll do a couple more here. And when you're ready, we'll come back to center. You can shake that out a bit. And we're going to come to all fours. Let's go ahead. Let's actually start in a child's pose here. So we're going to bring our big toes together. We're going to sit back onto our heels. Whatever position you can find here that's comfortable, you can go ahead and let your forehead fall onto the floor. We're going to reach our hands to one side and feel a stretch all the way from your hips up through your fingertips. I'm thinking about keeping my opposite hip down towards the floor. So if I'm reaching to my right, my left hip is staying grounded. And we're just going to flow here to the other side. You can spend as little or as long of a time as you'd like on each side. Always welcome to add some movement here. If your mind starts to wander, again, no judgment. Just noticing and bringing our attention back to our breath. I'm going to go one more time each side. All right, we'll come center. We'll come back to all fours. And what we're going to do is rotate, lifting our hand up. What we want to think about here is like your spine, you're wringing on a towel, okay? So we're not thinking about the hand going as far back or as high as it can go. Our arm and our hand are just following along with the twisting of our spine. And something that's really going to help with that is the engagement of our core, using that to really find a good twist here. So we'll find a starting position. Hands, we want our fingers to be active. We want the knees underneath our hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And when I say active, I mean we're not putting all the pressure just on our wrists with our hands limp. We want a little bit of tension in our fingertips. Think about pushing the floor away from you. But again, nothing too strong here. We just want an awareness. So we're going to go ahead, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we'll reach up to the sky. Letting our gaze follow as much as it's comfortable. Inhale back center, exhale other side. And continue at your own pace. If you feel any resistance to that question, perfectly okay. Everything here is perfect. Couple more. Awesome. We'll come back to center. We're building the energy a little bit, so feel that move through your body. Breathing. And what we're going to do is go ahead and come to a yogi squat. So I'm going to bring my heels in towards each other. If this is too much, you can come to just a deep squat and we can be here, just twisting for the exercise. What we're going to do here, if this depth is comfortable, We're going to push our knees out. This is going to activate our glutes slightly, so we want to make sure they're not falling in. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the knee joint. And what we're going to do, my cat just wanted to come in, so we're going to let her in. What we're going to do is open up. I'm going to bring one hand to the floor, other hand up towards the ceiling. And again, switching sides. Exhale, open up, making sure the knee's not falling in. Finding this movement starting from our spine. Can we wring it out like a towel? Getting out everything that's stuck in there. It's so beautiful that you're taking this time for yourself today. Taking this time to move your body with intention. Finding a little bit of love in this practice, appreciation for your body. Let's go ahead, come center. Gonna wiggle this out a little bit. All right, we're gonna come into a lunge with our knee on the floor. And you guessed it, we're gonna bring that hand up towards the ceiling and tap the ground. Up towards the ceiling, tap the ground. And I want you to really find a position that's comfortable for you here. If you need a block under your hand, if you need to bring this knee up a little bit, find what works for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. The whole purpose is for you just to explore your body and see what feels good. Couple more this side. Making sure your neck isn't too tense. We're allowing it to follow with a gaze. And we'll come back. Wiggle this out. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to bring my opposite foot up. And when you're ready, find your starting position, grounding yourself, checking in with your body, with your breath, with your mind. What thoughts are going through our mind right now? Are they in alignment with all that we're calling in? Just take a moment. When you're ready, we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach up. Bringing out the spine, finding space, finding expansion, allowing the body to open up, to feel safe doing so. Couple more on this side. All right, we'll come to center. Bring that knee back, wiggle it out a little bit. Breathe. And we're gonna go ahead, come with our feet spread farther than hips width apart. I'm gonna go ahead, drop my torso down. Again, find whatever is comfortable for you here. Hand to the opposite foot and reaching up. If you need a moment of stillness, if you want to shake out the energy that's building, go ahead and do that. This time is all for you, whatever your body needs. I'm just here as a starting template, but you do whatever you feel that you need to do. This will be our last movement here. Anything that you're feeling you want to release, let go of, move through, allow that to come to the surface. And with every twist, feel that energy being squeezed out of your body, loosening its grip, dissipating and just falling into the earth. Welcoming any emotion that's coming up. Happy, sad, excitement, anger, maybe stillness. Let's go ahead, come to center. Find some movement in the hips. And we're just going to breathe. All right. And come back to a seated position. Let's go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Our spine holds a lot of energy, especially at the base of the spine. So when we start getting things flowing, getting things moving, it can really bring up a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of excess energy that's inside of us. It's tapping into our life force. So if you're feeling like a lot's going on in your body, I'd love after moving to just shake. Again, just imagining all the excess energy falling into the earth. Shake out however you'd like. If you want to jump around, shake out your head, shake out your hips. And we'll meet back at center. Let's put one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. Feel them rise as you inhale. Let's make a sound as we exhale. Good, you can keep going here. Just so you understand this a little bit further, breathing into our belly, as well as making that sound as we exhale, that vibration, using our voice, both of those tap us into the parasympathetic state of the nervous system, which is the rest, digest, creation state. That is the state that our body is meant to innately be in. And all this shaking, this moving, this is us shifting out of that fight or flight into this creation state. So if you're wanting to call newness into your life, more peace, more grounding, more love, whatever it may be, this is the state that we're going to create it from, because we can't create when we're in a state of fight or flight. We're just living in fear. We're calling in more fear. We're not tapped into our intuition. Our energy is all chaotic. We're not in alignment, right? So when we add some movement, we add some breath, we bring our awareness inside, we tap into that stillness, that parasympathetic state, everything aligns. Let's go ahead and relax here. Thank you guys so much for joining in this practice today. I appreciate you trusting me and guiding you. I honor everything that you did, every movement that you made, every breath that you took. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for the collective, for this world, for this universe. Sending you all of my love.